tactic that Facebook and TikTok and Instagram and a lot of these like modern technology apps use. And once you understand some of the tactics that they use, you'll be far less likely to be consumed by them. The most evil tactic, the most evil thing that these platforms have is what's called infinite scrolling. It's as its name is, it's just when you can scroll infinitely. You see, previously, before like the next generation of social media apps, on your phone, you'd eventually hit like the bottom of a page. If you imagine Google right now, like what happens? You search something on Google and you see the top, 10 selections, and you usually only choose those. But if you scroll down enough, there's then a selection to go to the next page. And it's almost like a meme. Like if you go to the second page of Google, you're never going to find the answer. But you can get to the bottom of Google and then choose to go on to the next page. That seems very simple, doesn't it? What I've just said, a bunch of people have probably clicked out thinking, oh yeah, this isn't interesting. But it's when you dig a little bit deeper, especially into adult psychology, because you've got to think, as a man or as a woman, like a grown adult, one of the things that we inherently value is autonomy. It's control. At this point of our lives, we should have control over what we do. Now, of course, we can't have total control of everything that happens, but we at least want control over ourselves. This is why social media scares us so much, because we don't have control. How often would you go onto social media, would you go onto Instagram to message someone and end up spending half an hour? How many times would you hear those words in your mind thinking, okay, I've got to go do something. I don't even want to be on this app right now. And you'd keep scrolling. That honestly scares us, because there's not many things that take away. It's not even that it takes away our control. It's like we have the thought that we don't want to be on this platform anymore, that we don't want to watch like porn anymore. And we can't, like, it's like we're brainwashed. We're like, we can't seem to do anything about it. We're just constantly indulging, stimulating ourselves more, scrolling more, scrolling more, scrolling more. The infinite scroll is kind of like a piece of software. Obviously, like some nerd can correct me, but it's like, a code. It's a piece of software like that can be implemented into these social media apps. That means that you can just keep scrolling forever and ever and ever. You can never get to the bottom of TikTok or Instagram or Facebook. Instagram once implemented this thing where once you had seen everyone who had posted from your followers, it would tell you like, okay, that you've seen everyone, and then it would just show you more and more and more. If they cared about your mental health, if they cared about preventing people killing themselves, they would not use this system. Clearly, what these companies value more than their customers, their products' mental health, it's profits, it's retention, it's keeping people on the platform. Because you see, when you keep scrolling without a stop, you'll stay on the platform far longer than if you did come to like a full stop and you had to like click onto the next page. That's why no one gets addicted to Google searches. But imagine if Google did implement this. Imagine if they took off, you scroll down and there's like the page numbers and you got to page 2 of Google. Imagine if they took that away and they added infinite scroll to Google. I guarantee it would take you far longer to get off. I guarantee when you would go and search something on Google, you'd scroll a lot more than you currently do now. That stop at the bottom of the page that then kind of asks you, okay, do you want to go on to the next page, gives us a sense of control, and it's needed. The fact that it's needed shows us there is something inherent about our conditioning, our brains, our psychology that struggles so heavily to be able to stop ourselves. You almost need to experience a level of agitation and aggression to get yourself to get off TikTok,